welcome to the lovely Porthmadog harbour here in North Wales today. Absolutely a stunning day. Today what we're going to do is a very simple walk from Porthmadog harbour down something called the Cobb. Now I'm just going to give you a quick bit of history. A chap called William Maddox designed the Cobb. It was opened in 1811. He was previously a landowner with connections in this area and ended up building a lot of Ffestiniog. But over time he decided he wanted to actually create some more land for himself, and with him being an MP for Lincolnshire, he came into contact with a lot of people who did work on the fens, so the waterways there. So he got the idea basically of actually creating a dam across the River Glaslyn, which was nearly a mile long, to actually create this new land. So that's what he did. So also the slate quarries were very busy here, and what happened was that over time Maddox realised, and a lot of others, that it could be very profitable. So this harbour actually was created by the river changing its course. So it opened in 1825, and not long after, the Ffestiniog opened in 1836, moving to steam power in around the 1860s. So that's the history behind it. Let's go and have a visit. Bit of a tradition here, everyone goes crabbing. I'll tell you what though, if you got a bit of vertigo, it's quite high up. But what a lovely view. This though is where they actually redirected the Glaslyn, so what you can see is it's made quite an impression, quite a gorge here. So that's how the harbour started. The Ffestiniog harbour station over there, but what we're going to do is just keep left. So there are two ways up and down here. We're going to go on what they sort of call the Millennium side, across to Boston Lodge. We're also going to go and visit a viewpoint that's not long since been opened, so can't wait to show you the views. One's inland over Snowdonia, the other is over the bay. Now the Cobb actually has drainage through, and I'm not going to show too much of a view, but basically that was what used to be known as Triaith Mara, and this was what was drained. But it created so much land, but did nearly bankrupt William Maddox, who actually came up with the idea. Here we go, a pan. So Molwyn, Ma, Vact, Nicked, the Welsh Matterhorn. Then we're just turning over there, right in the middle, excuse the finger pointing, but that is the Snowdon Massif summit, nearly visible. And then just ending here, Moyle y Bog. What a view. The wildlife here, well, bring your binoculars. I mean, there's supposedly otter in here, but I've seen everything from Goosander through to little egret, but the biggest one by far, osprey. There is basically a breeding nest just roughly straight ahead over there, about 2 miles away, and each year they've been coming back for about the last decade or so. So absolutely super for the wildlife, but just look at this for the views. And we've got a moment of tranquility. Just remarkable, isn't it? Interesting fact, by the way, William Maddox is buried in Père Lachaise in Paris, amongst with others Oscar Wilde, Bizet, Chopin and Jim Morrison from the Doors. Wow, what a place to end up. Right, so I'm at the end of the Cobb now, so you have a choice when you come to Boston Lodge here. You can either go back around just onto the Cobb up on the top there, but we're going to carry straight on down here for about 200 metres. Merioneth. A couple of 100 metres on from Boston Lodge, we can just come to this little road here, and we're going to follow that up to the viewpoint. It's just a timeless view, that. This railway actually used to be horse-drawn, so literally they could go up to Blaenau Ffestiniog. It's about 13.5 miles in length, this railway, and literally they'd load the wagons up and they'd just roll all the way down. Then they had to get horses to take them back up, but obviously that wasn't very efficient, henceforth why they came up with the idea of steam in about the 1860s. gorgeous. Over the railway then. 1 foot 11.5 inches. How did they work that out? Anyway, just come up to here. Why don't they just make it 2 foot? We are on the Porthmadog Peninsula at the moment, so to speak, but rather than going straight on, as I've done and lots of you have, my mum and dad found this, go left. We were just there, just here. And I think it's only been here a year or two. I've never done this before, so let's go. Brilliant natural deciduous woodland. There's always lots of bluebells up here in April as well. Wow, they've got lots of bird boxes. Got a bug hotel. Wonderful, even got a picnic table. This is great. The path is fine. I mean, there's a reasonable ascent, but it's well marked out. Right, you ready for this? I'll have to do a silent pan, but get ready for the postcard view. So that is just under about 45 minutes, 2.5k, ratchet about 54 meters. Back in 1878 again, as I normally am. So anyway, we are just, it's spectacular, isn't it? Going to follow the big green arrow down here. Just gets a little difficult here. And then someone puts some steps in, brilliant. Follow the big arrow straight ahead. This is absolutely great. Can't tire of that, can you? Does get a little edgy, the path here at the moment, so sandals are maybe not the best thing. So we just come out on the track here, and we're just going to take a left now back down to Boston Lodge. Right, so back at the end of the cob, so that was a lovely 35 minutes there. Don't have to rush, just over 3k. So what we're going to do now is literally just cross over the road here and go up that stone abutment for the walk back. This time we'll be overlooking the sea. It's going to be windy up here, so I'm just going to give you the views on the seaside. Okay, let's go. And I'm back, so that was 2 hours, 4.5k, absolutely superb. So if you want an amazing couple of hours in the area of Porthmadog, please have a go and do what I did. It's never dull, it always changes, and you just meet loads of great people. So thank you very much for coming with me to Porthmadog and the Cob.